Hey guys, today I am coming to you from my laundry room. I'm probably just hearing people now like, why are you in your laundry room, especially when it's not a pretty laundry room. So as we moved to this house, my whole cleaning routine had to change. I used to be able to clean my house like that in one day, get it done and over with. I over doubled the size of my house when we moved here, and since doing that I've just kind of had to change some things, and things that worked in the old house didn't work here. And so I just thought I would show you guys some of my favorite tools and products that I'm using. So I didn't bring it up, but I have been using for my dishes, I have been using the Up and Up brand, like box style of just the shake, like little, you know, like granulated pieces. That's what I've been using for dishes. Super cheap. It's like $3 to $4 for a huge container. I always check Cartwheel whenever there's a 5 to 10% off. I go ahead and use that between my red card and that, and I can normally make that last 2 to 3 months. I've only bought it once since we've been here. Well, like when we first bought here, I bought one and then I just bought another one. So it's like, that's huge right there. The other thing I use for dishes is the Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day Dish Soap, apple cider scent. I know people are telling me that you can't find them, but this scent is so good. It smells so much like fall. I absolutely love it. I love this dish soap. I know some people don't. It's not like a super sudsy dish soap, but for me, I can put this on my sponge, I can scrub a little bit and everything comes off. There's no streaking, there's no anything. So this works really well for us. I really like it. Yeah, it is more expensive than like the free Dawn and the free Palmolive and all that stuff that you can get, but that stuff I felt like it bubbled great, but it just didn't work as good. So it's like, if I'm using double the amount, why not just get something that I like a little bit more? And I think that this one might be a little bit healthier for you, if that makes any sense. So that's what I use for dishes. So for bathrooms, so the toilets, the tub, all that stuff. So I am married to a mechanic. He is very dirty, and when he comes home, he's very dirty. And once a week, I use, oh, I didn't get it. I use some sort of cleaner like this. I also have a Clorox one right here. I don't know if you can see it, but this one is Clorox cleaner with bleach. I have Lysol mold and mildew blaster. I also have an Up and Up brand one that's actually in my shower right now. It's what I'm using right now to scrub my bathroom, because literally my shower, I have to do it in like waves. I do it over 2 times because I have to spray this all down, and I spray this once a week, and I just spray it and do a really quick clean with like a rag. And then once every 2 to 3 weeks, I spray this down, and then I have to take a magic eraser like this. I prefer the ones that have like the bumps on it, like the heavy duty ones, and I have to scrub it and get all of his grease and oil and all that stuff off, because the shower starts to turn like black almost. I have to, and it's good because this can like get into the shower door and like everything. So really been using like a heavy duty bleach product, which I don't really like to use, but I do use it for only our bathroom. For my bathtub, for the kids' bathtub, we have just been using vinegar. A little bit of vinegar. Sometimes I'll use a magic eraser. Most of the time I just need to use a rag. We don't really use it. Like, I have a ton of rags here that I just, you know, keep here, and I just scrub it pretty good. If there's like, you know, stuck on conditioner or something like that, I'll use one of these, but really easy to maintain. And I do that like once a week to the kids' bathroom and my bathtub. And I don't really need to do like a super deep clean. If I need to, I can use that, but I try not to use that in the kids' bathtub. Now, as for the toilets, when we moved here, it just was a lot of neglect. So I bought this Clorox toilet bowl cleaner tough stain remover. I don't think it works any different than the ones with like bleach or whatever, because I have some of those too. I actually just threw one away, but I do use the Clorox brand toilet bowl cleaner, and I put this in a couple times a week whenever I clean the toilets, and just let it sit there and then scrub it with a scrubby brush, and that normally takes care of that. And then I put these little, I don't even know who makes these. I think it's Scrubbing Bubbles who makes these, but it's like the little thing that you just put the dop in. And I put this in, and once this is gone, and I put it on the inside of the toilet. So if you're standing over the toilet, like if you are a man and you're standing over to go pee, you're gonna put it on this side of the toilet, because if not, your kids and your husband will try to pee on it to get it to come off. Yes, I have caught my boys doing this. So I use this for in between, and once I see that this is gone, that's when I'll clean the toilet again and then put a new one on. And it actually keeps, our toilets have gotten whiter and whiter, and those stains have been coming off over time. So I really do like that. If the toilet was really bad when we first moved here, I would take a little bit of bleach, and I just use like the Great Value brand or the Up and Up brand. I don't buy Clorox, I just buy the cheap one of that, and I would just kind of sit it in there and swish it around. I put a dirty rag, or a, you know, like one of our cleaning rags. I like put it over the toilet bowl thing, and I put an elastic on it, and I soaked it in bleach. And then I just kind of went like that a few times, and that actually worked pretty well too. So, but you know, you're working with heavy chemicals. So there's that. Here's what we use for toilets. So in between me cleaning, the kids have to clean the sinks, they have to clean the toilets, they have to clean the doorknobs, you know, all that stuff. And I don't trust my kids not to take a rag that they just clean the toilet with and then like go and clean the sink or something like that. So we have a pack of these in all the bathrooms. I'm buying like one every 2 months, and I get them on Amazon. It's like $6 for all 3 of them, so it's not that bad of a price at all. But I have them use these to clean up the counters, the sinks, the faucets, all that stuff. And this is a good in-between. I think personally, whenever I clean the sinks or the counters, I use this Windex Multisurface Spray. I started using this, and then now I've just been making my own, and I just keep reusing it. So what I do is I do about half vinegar, half water, and I use this for the counters, the sink. It's fantastic for mirrors. I use it for everything. It keeps things pretty clean. You're not putting a ton of chemicals out there, and I like it. So I use this for a lot of stuff like that. All the bathrooms this gets, I put it on like my appliances sometimes. Like this is really just like my all-purpose spray. I leave this upstairs, and then downstairs, like in my kitchen, I don't need to use these, but I do because I just like the scent that they pull. And I also put these on my dining room table every night when I clean it. And it's just the Method all-purpose spray. Love this one. This one is the pink persimmon. I should know that color because I was in a wedding last year and that was the color of our dress, but this one smells really good. And then I also got the Mrs. Meyer's in Mum and in apple cider. I like Mum. I don't love it. Love apple cider. So, and I do have another one in that scent, but I just use these with a rag. Like every morning I'll get a new rag out, and I'll just use it to clean my counters throughout the day and everything like that. And then at the end of the day, I just put it in the wash. And we know like which rags are cleaning rags because they're like bleached or whatever. So that's what I use for the kitchen, and use this pretty much everywhere. And then like dusting wise, I bought this at the Dollar Tree, and I give one to my kids, and I tell them go dust the vents, go dust anything throughout the house. They can dust anything, the AC vents, the anything. It's really easy for them to use. They can just do a quick dusting, and that's great. I'll go through once a week and just vinegar like their desk, their switch plate, you know, all that type of stuff to keep it a little bit more like sanitary. But they use this and it's perfectly fine, and it really sucks up. It's really good for blinds. We'll open our blinds. We have the like wood slat blinds, and they can get right in between that. I placed a huge order through Norex, and I got this thing. And I use this for like my ceiling fans or like up top. So like if you wanted to get like there's a cobweb right there, it just takes everything off. Really, really easy to use. And then I'll go outside and I'll just like shake it like crazy, and all the dust comes off, and I don't have to worry about it. But I have heard on how to wash these, so I know that when the time comes I'll be fine. But I like this one because it can like bend and move and all that stuff. So I'm pretty impressed with this one. And then I bought a few things from Norwex, and I haven't tried them all, but this is the window cloth. I'm not gonna lie, I used to watch Shoes in Her Apron, and I thought that she was full of crap. I thought she was just trying to sell her stuff. I like She's in Her Apron. I love her channel, but I honestly thought that the stuff probably worked like, you know, like normal stuff, but she was just really, really pushing on it. And then I got this. This thing has changed my life. I was just cleaning with it, so don't mind the mess on there. So this is the window cloth. You put hot water in it and you just take it to your windows, your mirrors. No streaking. Your window looks wet when you're done, but it's like amazing. I washed some of our windows with this and I was shocked how disgusting and dirty and gross they were. It's just insane. I did also buy the Enviro cloth. I'm not quite sure how I feel on the Enviro cloth yet. However, I will say I went up under our cabinets with the Enviro cloth, one swipe like that with it being hot, and it got off years of gunk that I've been trying to get off since we moved here. So there's definitely something up with these things. I don't know what they are. They're like magical cloths, but I'm very impressed with this one, and I'm still playing with the Enviro cloth, so I'm not sure how I feel about that one yet. I am a Scentsy consultant now. I try to use more Scentsy warmers and stuff like that in my house. I do plan on buying, I have washer whips and I have used them. I do have a dryer disc, but it's not in a scent that I like, so I do plan on buying all of the washing machine stuff, and I'm gonna wash our clothes for a few weeks on it, and I'm gonna do a whole review on that. Because I'm trying to dive into the other products. So one of the products I found was the Sensi Fresh, and it's basically like Febreze that you spray on your stuff. So I use this on like the dog's bed, on the carpet, on the couch, and it just kind of like freshens everything up and smells really good. Mine is in the scent Luna, and I like Luna, but there's a few other scents that I definitely want to try as well. But this works really good. I think it works just as good, if not better, than Febreze. It's a very light scent, but it's a little bit more safe than Febreze, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I guess I'm just getting really nervous with all the chemicals that are out there lately with all my kids, and I'm just trying to find different options that may be better for them. So I am using that. I buy a big thing of vinegar probably once a month, and I use it for cleaning, for cooking. I also throw this in the garbage disposal and run it with hot water. I put it in all of our drains, toilets. I put our toothbrushes in it with a little bit of water to kind of like sanitize them. I'll put a cup like halfway full in the microwave with this, and I'll turn it on for a few minutes, and then everything just comes right off. This is like my miracle thing, and this is, I think I'm paying like $2 to $3 for this, and it's like multi-purpose. It's a fabric softener if you want it for your washing machine. And then finally I bought these for the kids from World Market. These are hedgehog dryer balls. I've always used wool dryer balls. I've always used dryer balls since I started cloth diapering. I will say I think the wool balls do a better job at getting your clothes to get drier. However, these sound so much better. When you have 6 wool balls in your dryer, it sounds like there's bombs going off in your laundry room. And I do our laundry, I try to do the majority of our drying here at night because it's cheaper, and I'm just trying to, you know, keep our bills down. So these do work. These are quieter, but the dryer balls, the wool balls do work a lot better. But I haven't found a wool ball that I was like, oh my God, I'm so impressed with this. So if you have one, let me know, because I definitely want to get, I think I'm going to have to go to wool balls because it's just not, these just aren't as efficient as those were. And maybe I can use 2 of these and like 4 wool balls. We'll see. But yeah. And so then the final thing, so I have a lot of wood floors in this house, and I have 3 levels of floors, so as you can imagine, I'm like moving up and down all the time. So we bought this Dirt Devil vibe for our playroom. It's like, this can come out and just be a hand vac. Sorry, I have dirt in it, but it can also just be like a push one. I got this, and for our flooring downstairs, which is like a gym flooring, this thing is amazing. It doesn't have the highest section, but like, it's pretty good. So I went and bought another one for upstairs. And so I keep it in our laundry room, and if the kids need to clean their floors, and instead of telling them to sweep where they're like, when they sweep, they're like kicking up dirt, they do this, they think it's fun, and they get most of the dirt cleaned up. And I can go later on in the week with my heavy duty vacuum and really get all the stuff up, but this is really easy for them. It's super light to carry up and down the stairs and move all around. And it works great. So we have one in the basement and one up here. We got them on clearance at Target for like 20 bucks, but it's the Dirt Devil vibe. And then it's good too, like if something falls, or like if I want to do a quick clean of the stairs, this works perfectly for the stairs, rather than me like holding my vacuum and suctioning everything and all that stuff. And then finally, I bought this mop at Walmart. This is the Great Value refillable mop. I put 3/4 vinegar, 1/4 of hot water whenever I do this. It comes with 2 of these pads. I'm not going to show you mine. Actually, it's not that bad. Comes with 2 of these pads. They're machine washable. This thing works amazing. I don't use a mop anymore. This is what I use because mopping is just so much work here, and I have to travel so far back and forth a million times to the sink to get it cleaned up that it's just not worth it to me. So I've been using this. It's from Walmart. It was like $15 to $20. This thing works amazing. All the kids can do it. You just squirt this little thing, the vinegar and water comes out, and like whenever I do it, and heck, whenever I'm cleaning now, the kids are like, they can smell a hint of the vinegar, but after like I spray everything down with Scentsy, or like I wash the counters down with one of my fragrance sprays, and I have some Scentsy bars going, you don't smell it after a while. And everyone has said like it's really clean. Like if you look at our feet now, our feet aren't dirty anymore or anything like that. And like when we were using mop water, they would be dirty because you were sticking it in dirty water. So I'm very impressed. I really, really like all the products that I'm using. I feel like they're a little bit more simple, but I enjoy them. So hopefully this helped you guys. If you guys have any holy grail items, definitely let me know, because I would love to keep adding to my collection and really get this secured and down pat. And if they're like super kid friendly, that's even better.